FrackDaddybbq. On this episode, I'm going to be making a homemade Carne Guisada by a special request from Melissa. This is her favorite meal that I cook for her. So, I'll tell you what we got going so far. Here in this bowl, I've got 1 medium onion, 1 medium bell pepper, 1 serrano, and 1 tomato cut up right here. And here, I got some cube steak, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through this, I'm going to cut the fat off, get the silver skin off. Y'all don't need to see how I do that because I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do that. So, when we're done with this, we'll bring you back when we put it in the pot when we get started. Okay guys, so now that I'm done prepping, as you can see, there's still fat on there. Most places that we go to, there's nothing but pure fat in some of this Carne Guisada. So in the pan, I've got a spoonful of bacon fat. I added some olive oil, and I've got my stove on to about a medium to high heat. So here I'm going to add my salt, pepper, garlic. This is 2.5 pounds of stew meat, in case you're wondering. Now you can add quite a bit of seasoning to your liking because this is 2.5 pounds, so season to your liking. So we're going to stir this up and get it all browned up. As you can see, it's starting to brown. Now I'm going to season it a little bit more to make sure we're all good and seasoned, and then we'll bring you back when I add the veggies. Okay guys, so my meat has browned up pretty good, and as you can see, it's making some juice. So here I have my 1 tomato, 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, and 1 serrano. So let's get this in here. And it's going to cook up, and then we're going to add a little bit of water, and we'll add our seasonings, and I'll show you what our seasonings are going to be. It's super simple, so we'll let you know. Okay, so here we're going to have the rest of our seasonings, and they're so simple you ain't going to believe it. Here we have 1 tablespoon minced garlic. You can add more, you can add less. Now, here comes the real hard one. 2 tablespoons of ground cumin. You can add as much or as little as you like. Melissa and I love ground cumin. So we're going to add that in here. So we're also going to add 1/2 teaspoon of granulated onion for that extra bit of flavor. And I'm also going to add 1 pack of Sazon's Goya seasoning. It's kind of like a Mexican seasoning pack, which adds a lot of flavor. Now if you don't have this, you don't have to add it, but I just really like adding this to this. And there you have it. That's all of our seasonings. And as you can see, this makes quite a bit of liquid already. So I'm not going to add any liquid. We're going to put a lid on here, and we're going to slow cook for at least 2.5 to 3 hours. So the longer this cooks, the better it is. So we'll get this stirred up. We're going to put a lid back on it, and we'll bring you back every now and then to show you how it's looking. I don't know if I mentioned this to y'all, but I'm going to put my lid on my 8-quart cast iron lodge pot. So I also want y'all to know that I turned my heat down to about a 2 to 3, want it to simmer very low. So every now and then we'll bring you back and we'll show you how it's looking. Alright y'all, so it's been an hour. Let's take a look at this and see how it's looking. Oh man, is this looking good. Still not quite tender. I'm gonna say maybe another hour and a half we should be done, and then we're gonna thicken it up, and I'll show you how we're gonna thicken it up when it comes time. Alright y'all, it's been 2 hours. Let's take a look at this Carne Guisada and see what it looks like. Give it a little stir. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check for tenderness. Oh yeah, this is nice and tender. So, what I'm going to do now is I took 1 tablespoon of flour. I added maybe 1/3 to a 1/4 cup of water. I'm going to pour this in. Now what it's going to do, it's going to thicken it up. Now you can add as much or as little as you want depending on how thick you want your gravy. Now, we're just going to add all of that because we like our gravy thick. So now, what you got to remember is you're going to have to bring this back up to a little simmer because once your gravy starts boiling, it's going to start thickening up kind of like you see right here. So let's crank our heat up just, I would say, to a medium heat. Then we're going to let it come to a boil, and then we're going to turn the heat off and we're going to let it cool down because that's when the flavor becomes the best. So we'll bring you back when we're ready to eat. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes. Now it's time to make some tacos. Okay, let's get us a good scoop. Look at all that beautiful meat and gravy. Now these will be messy, so be prepared to kind of make a mess out of yourself tonight with these. Now I got some cheese over here on the counter. I'm gonna put some cheese on these and we're gonna taste it. We're gonna use some Tex-Mex cheese, which we really like this stuff. You can put as much or as little cheese as you want. I like a lot of cheese. Okay, now let's go sit down and let's try these. Okay, y'all, so I'm finally sitting down. And I got my best friend right here, Louie. Unfortunately, he can't have this because there's onions in it and they're poisonous to dogs. So let's take a bite. Man, now we're using low-carb tortillas we get from HEB. Normally, we would do real tortillas, but we're trying to watch some weight right here. Let me tell you what, the cumin pops. The serrano pepper comes in very lightly, perfectly salted, perfectly seasoned. I hope you guys give this recipe a shot, and if you do, leave a comment down below and let me know what you like about it. So, remember this, frat crew, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about Frac Daddy Barbecue. Thank you for watching.